This conference will now be recorded.
Nora Galvin will lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Board meeting, I would just quickly like to start out by thanking Jamie Rogers and Colin Hayes for running for village office and giving the voters a choice and a voice. I would also like to thank Scott Monroe for his 8 years of service as village trustee. And a special thank you to Mayor Craig Randall for his dedication and hard work for the past 12 years to the village of Lake Placid. The work he's done will make this board's job much easier. And I would also like to welcome Jackie Kelly and Mark Galvin to the board. I'm sure the experience and energy they bring with them will serve the village going forward. Okay, and at this point, can I swear in Jackie Kelly?
Jackie, please repeat after me. I, Jacqueline Kelly, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of trustee of the Village Board of Trustees
of trustee of the Village Board of Trustees
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
You are official. Welcome.
You have to
Jackie.
sign it.
Thank you.
You can go ahead. Right there.
And just to mention while Jackie's signing that Mark Galvin was signed in on Wednesday as he's not here today. And by state law, I was signed in today at noon. Okay, with that behind us, we will now go into our annual board meeting. And the first order is to adopt village rules of order. You all have copies of that. I would entertain a motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, consider those adopted. Okay, next we will go into appointments. And all the appointments are for 1 year, so I won't read that every time. Deputy Mayor, Peter Holdery. Village Clerk, Anita Esteling. Village Treasurer, Mindy Godot. Deputy Village Treasurer and Clerk, Tracy Hathaway. DPW Superintendent, Brad Hathaway. Chief Water, Wastewater Sewer Plant Operator, Stuart Baird. Village Attorney, Janet Bliss. Village Associate Justice, Dean Dietrich, with an annual compensation of $2,000 per year. Deputy Village Court Clerk, Jennifer Hayes. Administrative Committee, Peter Holdery and Mark Galvin. Joint Youth Commission and Liaison to LPCS, Jason Leon. Village Historian, Beverly Reed, with an annual compensation of $1,000. The Village Audit Committee is the Board of Trustees. Local Government Liaison, Art Devlin and Peter Holdery. Joint Town Village Community Development Board, Art Devlin, Jackie Kelly. The LEAP Committee, Jackie Kelly. Community Development, Jackie Kelly. Land Code Review, Vacation Rentals, Jackie Kelly. I might add that she's already sitting in on all these. They're going to have to find replacements for her. She now belongs to the village. And Lake Placid Business Association Liaison, Mark Galvin. Communications Committee, Mark Galvin. And Main Street Reconstruction, Mark Galvin. And he sits in on all these, so they're going to have to replace him. I would entertain a motion to accept the above.
Mayor,
Yes.
can I ask a question? Would Jennifer Hayes be the deputy village court clerk or the village court clerk?
She's the deputy, I'm sorry, did I mispronounce that?
Who's the village court clerk?
Yeah, Victoria Duffy.
Okay, I just wanted that clarification that Jennifer was the deputy.
Okay,
Thank you.
So are you getting off the lead committee?
Yeah, as mayor, I can't be on that.
Jacob, please take it over to.
And I was thinking of putting you there, but your sister's there, if that didn't work out. So here we are. Accept a motion to adopt the above appointments.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The resolution passes. Okay, commissioner appointments. For Public Works, which is DPW and Electric Department, trustee Peter Holdery and Jason Leon. Public Safety, Police Department and Fire Department, Mayor Art Devlin, trustee Jackie Kelly. I would entertain a motion to accept these appointments.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It passes. And the annual compensation for the mayor is $6,801.04.
We'll spend it all in time.
I don't know where the 4 cents comes in. I'll have to ask that story someday. And trustees, $5,456.40. Entertain a motion to accept the compensation.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, procedural items 1 through 7, they're the same as every year. Everyone has a copy of them. I can read them all, or we can make them as one motion.
You can make them as one motion.
Okay.
Unless there's someone who wants to hear Art's elegant voice.
No.
Okay, so I'd entertain a motion to accept the procedural items listed above.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This is as well. Okay, for village policies. Workplace violence prevention policy, anti-discrimination and harassment, including sexual harassment, code of ethics policy, senior water sewer rate policy, credit card policy, travel policy, flag hanging policy, utility billing adjustment policy, hiring of retired employees policy, procurement policy, purchasing policy, investment policy, manual check policy, MIDS park use policy, inactive record storage policy and guidebook, electronic signature policy, post-insurance compliance procedure policy, controlled substance and alcohol testing policy, both DOT and non-DOT. Unless there are any questions, I would accept.
I just want to clarify, that's code of ethics, not code of ethnics.
Sorry about that. Very kind.
I just had one quick question.
Sure.
With the change of the law for marijuana, granted, most of our employees have DOT licenses, but is that going to affect that policy?
I think it's something we're going to have to discuss, and I assume NICOM will guide us because every village in the state's going to have the same issue. So I do predict down the line there will be a change, so yeah.
Okay, that's all.
But for now, we should just approve what we have.
And that's the other part about that too, is we have a MIDS park policy, but I think if Craig had mentioned, we really should review that at some point in the future to cover all our parks.
There's a contract that we use that we could certainly put in place.
Good. Did you just nominate yourself?
I think I thought one of the committees.
Okay, so do I have a nomination or a motion to accept those?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, and then our media and bank designation. The board designates the Lake Placid News, Adirondack Daily Enterprise as the official newspaper of the village of Lake Placid, and designates the radio stations WSLP 100.7 Lake FM as the official radio station of the village of Lake Placid for 1 year. A motion to accept.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, and then the board duly resolves to designate NBT Bank, Commercial Bank, Adirondack Bank, Community Bank, and NICLAS as the depositories for the funds of the village of Lake Placid for the period of 1 year in accordance with section 4-412, 3 and 2 of municipal law. Could I have a motion to accept the designation?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, Mark. What happens when you're a little remote, the delayed. The race to see who makes a motion.
But your vote still counts.
Yes.
Hopefully the internet's okay in Lafayette. I'm not sure.
Okay, and at this point then, I believe that concludes the annual meeting. And we need a motion for that.
Oh, sure, I move.
Mark?
Yes?
Give us a second, Mark.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consider the annual board meeting closed.
5:10 p.m.
Okay, moving into the regular board meeting. First is to approve the village board minutes from March 15th meeting.
So moved. Second.
And I guess that'll be just the three of us all in favor.
Aye.
And item B is the account clerk posting. I have a motion to accept the posting of the account clerk. This is a procedural item.
Everybody agreed on it at the admin meeting, but it was never officially agreed on at a board meeting.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you, statuses.
Oh, we've got
No,
an
you-
application. We haven't gotten anything, I swear.
This is the housekeeping item.
It's in the paper, it's on the village website, it's on the village Facebook page, and it'll be on some online sites too.
And this is a civil service position, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
I still need a resolution.
Is there a list, Anita? Is there a list?
You know, I don't think there is. We haven't checked, but I will check with them.
Does this
No.
person have the option to be in the union or not?
Pardon me?
Does this person have the option to be in the union? Not the EEW?
I don't know what the position is. I was not at that meeting, so I don't know what the position is. I know that some of the account clerks, I believe, have been in the IBEW.
The two positions that the girls currently hold are typist and tax collector, which are titles held within the IBEW contract. To get away from that, they will have the option because they work with utility and they'll technically work under me. They could join either, at least this is the way we had it, they could join the CSEA union or they could join the IBEW union. They don't have to. Megan was given the option and has decided not to because she just doesn't find that it benefits her. So this person would have that option as well, but we're paying these people out of all four funds, not specifically the 70-30 split like we do with the two women that are currently in there.
And it's a new position as well.
Account clerk, just like Megan.
So you're not, this is a new position you're creating, it's not replacing somebody who's left?
We're not replacing those specific job titles. We do have that job title already created, so we can fill it, which is what we did with Megan when we hired Megan. Megan was hired to replace Sharon, who's the typist, but that job description is going away, as is the tax collector, because technically she's not the tax collector, I am. She just handles the taxes as they come in. But that will become an account clerk position. I want to utilize everybody in that office, not just for one specific type of billing. I want them cross-trained on everything. It just makes it a lot easier if one of them's out to be able to handle whatever the other person is.
So, but there wasn't somebody in the position.
No.
We are adding.
Yeah, we're adding, and then when Sharon, because Sharon's due to retire at the end of the month, this person will learn Kathy's job as well as Sharon's job, and then when Kathy retires, the job will be completely gone. Because right now they can't get a raise unless it's a union contracted raise, and their wage raises have been a lot less than the rest of the electric department over the years. So.
Did we get a motion yet? Nobody else thinks so.
Not on this one.
So moved to post the account.
I'll second.
All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Okay, that brings us to approve Northwood School request, which is for Peter David to use his motorboat during the Northwood School rowing course, Ironman events, and the Betsy Owens swimming race.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Well. Is there anything else to come before us from the clerk tonight?
I have nothing to add.
Okay. And under treasury, we could have gotten a copy of Craig and could have read this. Would anyone like me to read the warrants?
No, thank you.
Okay, and we will sign bills tonight for $1,223,211.49.
Don't say anything.
I think you have to do $1 million.
And can I get a motion to approve the warrants?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
As well. Is there any new business to come, or any more treasury items?
No.
No? Any new business to come before the board tonight? Any old business to come before the board tonight? There are no mayor items tonight. Any commissioner reports? I guess nothing more than Main Street construction has started and
Lights are on.
people are starting to get used to it. I think just a few bumps in the road, but that's to be expected. I think everything's going well. And the weather forecast for the next 10 days looks like good working weather. Okay. Is there any or anybody from the audience that would like to ask questions?
Liz?
There's nobody else. I do have a question.
Go right ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was hoping that each individual trustee can answer this question. With the passing of the state law legalizing marijuana, there's an option that municipalities can opt out. Has there been a discussion about whether Lake Placid will choose to opt out, and how would each trustee vote on this?
You mean opt out from having this dispensary? I mean, you can't
Right.
opt out of the law, but the dispensary, you can opt out.
That's correct. You cannot.
I guess I could start on that. No, we have not had a public discussion yet. And no, I haven't formed an opinion on that yet. I'd like to speak with legal counsel and our chief of police. Anybody else have a comment?
No, it's definitely just to echo, there hasn't been an internal discussion. But as a teacher, there's a part of me that wants to be very diligent about maintaining our family-friendly community, but at the same time recognizing people's individual rights. So it's going to be a challenging discussion for me, to say the least.
For all of us.
Yeah, I don't want to speak for all of us.
Okay.
I mean, Liz, I'll do anything possible to not have people light up a bong on the main street or in our parks.
Or during the concert.
But the way the law is written, it's not going to be easy.
And I think that's been the initial discussion that we've had via email, is just trying to control, like we do open container law on Main Street, same sort of thing as far as smoking marijuana goes.
Any easier questions, Elizabeth?
Mrs. Kelly, do you have an opinion on it?
No, I don't. As the mayor said, I'd like to hear more from other board members and talk to the chief of police before I form an opinion.
I guess maybe throw in our voters or our village residents to see how they feel as well. We've been elected to represent them, so see how that goes as well.
Great. Is there any update on the land use code review?
Land code review at this point, we have one more meeting tomorrow morning, and that will finalize what is going to be presented to the town and village for their input. And correct me on this, I think it's a month or two away from going out to public hearings. Am I right on that?
That's right. I think Liz can attend that Thursday meeting, right? If she knows about it. Oh.
Yeah, is the Thursday meeting? Yes, yeah, Thursday, what is it, 2 o'clock?
I think 4.
4.
4 o'clock. Liz, there's a public meeting between the village and the town and for the land code review to present that to the town and village boards. And I believe this is just going to be their recommendation.
Okay.
Anything else?
Okay, is that going to be at the town hall?
Yes.
Yes, and there is a Zoom link on the village Facebook page, and I assume on the town one. But I'll talk to you about coming in person if you
Okay.
like.
Okay.
Is that-
Anything that people should know about the Main Street project happening this week?
We should discuss.
I think no, other than the detours are in place now and they will be in place until the end of June. And you can contact either Anita Estling, the village clerk, or Haley Breen, Community Development Director, for any questions. But the signs, I think, are pretty self-explanatory, but we'd certainly be happy with any unique questions.
Aren't they testing, we just received an email where they're testing out the email sort of distribution system for updates, so maybe that we can maybe put a rush on that to get more people signed up so we can get more information out.
Did you get that, Liz?
Yeah, I did actually end up getting an email update, the daily construction update in my email after we spoke. It was around like 12:30.
Okay. Yeah, and if you have any questions,
That's it. That's all I got.
okay, great. Anybody else?
Okay.
Okay. Now we're at a loss. Who's going to make a motion to adjourn the meeting tonight?
We're gonna have to draw straws from now on.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
One second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
That's a heavy burden, Jackie.
Anything for you, Jen.
You're gonna see a lot of straws.